Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here. Big question I got the other day, and I think it could be important to cover, especially with the controversy of the Canon 6D Mark II, and if it would be popular or not, is should I buy the Canon 6D Mark II, the 5D Mark III, maybe the Mark IV, or the Canon C100? Now, I'm not going to get too technical in this breakdown. I'm just going to have a conversation, and we'll just talk, and I'd love to talk with you guys in the comments below. The 6D Mark II, for the most part, was a disappointment for a lot of people. One of the reasons why I want it, and I think I'm going to get it, is because I always said, if there was a full-frame version of this Canon 80D that comes out, I'm going to get it, and that's pretty much what it is for the most part. Now, you know, all controversy and things left out aside. But the big thing is it didn't have 4K video, so that's a big disappointment for people. The 5D Mark IV had 4K video, but it's motion JPEG. It's not the best type of 4K. It might as well not be in there, but it's an option if someone wants to use it. Now, the reason this all comes around the same line, besides the 5D Mark IV, is because this is all around the same price range. The 6D Mark II coming out in just a couple weeks at this point, so if you're seeing this, it's already out. It passed this July 27th, is $2,000. The 5D Mark III right now, brand new, is about $2,200, $2,300. I bring up the Canon C100 because that's a video camera in their cinema line, but that's right around the same price as well. That's without dual pixel AF. Dual pixel AF is a couple $100 more, so say $2,500, $2,600. And if you really want to bring up the 5D Mark IV, it's about $3,200, $3,300. Now, if you don't want to do stills at all, the Canon C100, if you're very focused on that, on cinema stuff, the Canon C100 is obviously the choice to go and stuff like this. I would even debate picking up a Canon C100 to do videos, not just YouTube, but to actually do more video projects that I've been picking up over the past few years because of it being dedicated and high quality, because Canon does really have a good cinema line of cameras. But a lot of you watching this probably aren't really going to factor into the Canon C100 line, especially not the C300 line. But Canon, I feel, has some of the best dual autofocusing systems with the dual pixel and how it tracks and everything and how just accurate and snappy it is, Sony being a close second. That's the perk of some of this stuff. The Canon 6D Mark II is going to be a great stills camera, but the perk of it is having that dual pixel and it being like the 80D, but full frame. So if you like to do this type of video and all this kind of stuff, that's why a lot of people might buy that camera. But if you're solely stills, you really don't care about the video or having the flip out screen or something like that, the 5D Mark III is probably the better choice if you're more stills focused. The 6D Mark II build is going to be better than the 80D. The 5D Mark III, the 5D line, has an amazing build quality. I really like the ergonomics of those. And for the price point, you're getting the stills and everything that you need. Now, is it the most fast camera in the entire world? No. I'll link my review down to the 5D Mark III down below if you want to check it out more in depth. But it's very, very good, and that's why a lot of wedding shooters use it for what it is. And for the price point that it is now, it's pretty much a steal on that side. You are getting 1080p video. I believe you're stuck at 30 frames per second, which the 6D Mark II will do 60 frames per second. If you care more about slow-mo, which I do like that more, but you don't have a flip-out screen or something like that, so it's a bit more of a basic, regular, normal camera without extra functions or anything like that. Then you get to the 5D Mark IV. I'm throwing this in here because I know someone will say, well, if you're already spending $2,000, why not spend $1,000 more, essentially, and get the 5D Mark IV? 5D Mark IV, some people upgraded from the 5D Mark III. Newer sensor, faster, a little bit faster, but it did have that 4K video. And then now for an extra $100, you can buy it with C-Log, which was a joke that they're charging that much more for it. But all in all, that's pretty much everything that you hear. I think the 6D Mark II is the most versatile out of all of them, but people will say it's too entry level and there wasn't much innovation. And to an extent, I really agree. I would have liked to see the dual SD card, but I've mentioned this in a couple videos already talking about that. If you're more video focused, I'd say look into the C100 line or the 6D Mark II for what it offers. But if you want more stills than video, the 5D Mark III is definitely your choice over the 6D Mark II. And obviously the C100 isn't a photography camera, but if you want something better than the 5D Mark III, get the 5D Mark IV. So overall, my pick for what I do and how I do YouTube stuff, freelance video and stills photography, the 6D Mark II is a better option for me for the price. But if I, once again, just wanted more just for stills, I'd probably take the 5D Mark III. But I'll tell you what, the 6D was a great wedding camera that a lot of people used, and the 6D Mark II is going to be great for how I'm going to use it as well, combined with everything that I have. If you have any more questions or comments, please leave these down below. I really don't want to debate too much about the 6D Mark II about being a failure. It's not really a failure. It's just a little bit older tech. But for what it offers, especially on the video side of things, not saying 4K, I think it's pretty cool. But 6D Mark II for video, stills, 5D Mark III. And if you want to have more money than a lot of us, go with the 5D Mark IV. But if you like video, don't forget about the Canon C100. Hopefully this kind of conversation helped. I don't know. Let me know down below. Let's have a conversation. Someone will say, buy a Sony.